As you might have guessed, I'm a virgin. Not really, but I can say that it seems like it's been a really, really long time. In fact, I can count how many times I've had sex in the last year on, well, my penis. How come if women are such good multitaskers, they can't have a headache and sex at the same time? I got a little bit of a nervous disorder. My eye twitches from time to time. Usually it only happens when I'm about to get into a fight or ejaculate. So, you people in front might want to move back a little bit. I've been taking my sure shot ejaculant juice. Apparently that's an important thing these days. Recently separated. At first when my wife told me that she wanted a divorce, I was like, don't threaten me with a good time. Responsibilities, don't have to look after the kids, I got my own place, it's quiet. But once I moved out, things started to change a little bit, and you know, the depression and the anxiety and everything started to set in. And it took a little bit of getting used to, but I got past that, and once a couple of months had passed, I was like, okay, Jay, you know what, you got to come to terms with this. You're a bachelor now, be a bachelor man. Like, okay. So I started decorating my apartment, you know, with pictures of half-naked women, Harley Davidsons, and dartboard, you know, all the things that I was only allowed to decorate one half of the garage with. So yeah, we got separated there. I couldn't believe it at first, actually. You know, I thought it was 7 years of bliss. Apparently, she thought it was more like a 7-year blister.
Oh my gosh.
Yeah, after some time went by, I'm a walking hard-on. I mean, it's been forever, and I need to get laid, so I didn't really know which way to go and how to go about it, because I wasn't ready to give up on my relationship with my wife yet, but I needed to get some action, right? So I figured, okay, you know what? I'm going to stick to no strings attached, fetish type dates or whatever. That way I can cross a few things off the bucket list and maybe she'll understand, you know, if things work out. So I started dating again. My first date, she was a homeless girl. She really nice girl. I felt really sorry for her. I took her out for a beautiful dinner, and she got up to go to the bathroom. I took out my little Sharpie, because I always carry one. And I drew a little cartoon man on the top of her 16-ounce soda. So the straw looked like a penis. That way when she came back, she's going to know my intentions are right on the table. My next date, she was an amputee. She was missing an arm. We tried it doggy style, but it was a lot like trying to sit in a three-legged chair. my last date, she was a quadriplegic. I know, I'm sick. It's a fetish thing, right? Whatever. Right? Crossing things off the list. So, anyways, yeah, she's a quadriplegic. And let me tell you, I could not believe the size of the wet spot that she left on the sheets when we were done. I had never seen anything like it. I was just like, I gotta get a picture of that. So I pull up my phone and I'm walking around the bed. I'm trying to get the premier angle, right? And when I was doing this, I noticed it was actually drool. Well, nobody's going to know the difference, so I slid her up a little bit, repositioned her. She got really angry about that, though. She told me to get the fuck out of her house, and she told me I was a dead leg. Let me tell you, the male ego has never felt a sting like you get when you are told you're a dead leg by a quadriplegic. Terrible. I'm still trying to get past it. I don't know what my infatuation is with the handicap. I'm a sick man. I got a family full of doctors and nurses, and I cannot be helped, let me tell you. Speaking of family, if my wife's side of the family, they're going to see this. If my wife's side of the family has ever wondered why I'm so quiet at family events, it's because when I open up my mouth, it's shit like this that wants to fall out. I'm never really been into the Olympics. But if you could combine the Olympics with the Special Olympics, I would be there at every event cheering them on. Come on, boys. Come on. Come on. Come on already. It's taking too fucking long. Can you imagine? Hey, paraplegic luge. All you need is a garbage bag and a shove. Oh, come on, they're paraplegics. You can't hurt them. Hey, we put a helmet on them. Hey, can you imagine? Hey, amputee ski jumping. Almost falling off the stage here. Hey, the just dumps javelin. It's one of my favorites. But my all-time favorite, the wheelchair hammer toss. Can you imagine? Hey, okay, he's getting ready. All right. Too many times, it's busy. Hey, thump. Hey, 36 centimeters for gold. I sent my wife a Get Better Soon card. She wasn't sick, but I just thought she could be better. Yeah, I sent her the card and she didn't get it. And she called me up and said, hey, listen, you want to come over for dinner? Yeah, okay, yeah, that'd be great. We came over for dinner, one thing led to another. Since then, everything's been going beautifully. Things are starting to work out again, and I'm really happy about that. In fact, she just found out that we're pregnant with our second child a couple of weeks ago. True story. Well, with our second child, anyways. I have 2 other children.
That's what I thought.
And one's a quadriplegic. Oh. That's it. That's all I got for you.